2025 has been an amazing year for running shoes, with so many new and exciting products hitting the market. The running boom is absolutely in full swing, and we've had a record year here on the channel in terms of views on our running shoe reviews. So thank you so much. We've actually spent just over £8,000 buying shoes to test this year, so we can continue to bring you that unsponsored, 100% honest and real reviews. So a huge thank you to everyone that likes and shares our videos and comments down below as well. We honestly couldn't do this without your support. So with today's video, we're going to go through the best of the best. We've split the video up into 6 different sections: the best dailies, speed, race, long run, recovery, and as a bonus at the end, we're going to go through my most disappointing shoes of the year as well, because we can, and there has been a few. And then of course, we'll top it off at the end with the best shoe of the year. If you are watching this video as it's been released, then it's Black Friday weekend, and our biggest sale, our really only sale of the year, has just started. Feel free to use code BF20 for 20% off your purchase. A massive thank you from me and Sarah to everybody that supports us here on the channel. Go and get yourself a new tee, a new hat, some running socks or shorts. BF20, 20% off this weekend only. Right, let's talk about daily shoes first. These are really good all-rounders that won't excel in any particular area, but will be pretty good across the board. So if you're the type of person that wants one shoe to do it all, rather than a massive big shoe rotation, this is where you need to start your search. What's been your best daily of the year? Let me know down in the comments. Starting out with one of the best value shoes of the year, the Puma Velocity Nitro version 4 sent me back £110, 36mm stack with a 10mm drop overall. Lovely and lightweight here, 282 grams for me in my UK size 12. We've got a lovely layer of Puma's Nitro midsole. There's no plate in the shoe, and it was true to size for me. What I particularly liked about this one, just amazing grip that Puma have got on offer here. Really good for this time of year in the winter. Confidence inspiring when you're going through those corners in some damp conditions. Very traditional, old school ride, fairly low stack by today's standards, but good amount of ground feel and flexibility in the shoe as well. It's lightweight and pretty nimble. And then thirdly, a really good value shoe. Good versatility. I'd personally take this up to around about a half marathon distance. Really good build quality for the price here as well. It just feels and performs like a shoe a lot more expensive. In terms of dislikes, yes, it's a little bit on the narrow side, so wide-footed runners may feel some pinching at the side of the shoe, and the tongue does tend to slide down a little bit, unfortunately. But in summary, an amazing daily shoe, really good for anyone that doesn't want to spend too much money. You can usually find these on a good discount as well too. Fun, versatile, really good grip as well. It really does tick a lot of boxes, and Puma could certainly charge a lot more for this one. Moving on to potentially one of the best shoes of the year, the Adidas EVO SL sent me back £130, 39mm stack height with a 7mm drop overall, 267 grams, nice and light. A lovely midsole with this one. We've got Light Strike Pro here, exactly the same foam that Adidas put in their high-end race shoes, and there's no plate in this one. The sizing was all good for me, true to size. Now what I really liked about this one, it's fun and it's really fast as well. A nice rocker at the front of the shoe. It's bouncy and responsive. I just love the foam on offer here, and really quite lightweight as well. It just brings a real big smile to your face as you run along. Really good value as well. You're getting a premium product here in that high-end foam at a fantastic price. And then thirdly, a really good amount of versatility. It handles all sorts of different paces really well, as a true daily shoe should do. You could definitely also have a race in this one. Up to around a half marathon distance is what I'd recommend. In terms of dislikes, the tongue is just a little bit on the short side and does tend to move around. There's no gusset in the shoe. The laces are particularly bad, but they actually really improved them for the all-terrain version that came out right at the end of the year with some fantastic laces. So hopefully Adidas will replace those for 2026. It's also not the most stable ride. There really is that trade-off for that super responsive plush type foam that they have. But in summary, Adidas have absolutely knocked it out the park with this one. One of the best shoes of the year, one of those popular shoes. I see this on the streets all over London every single day. And Adidas have also recently dropped the all-terrain version, the ATR version, with an amazing upper with this one and some good lugs on the bottom. It's £10 more expensive, but really good in that wet and cold conditions that a lot of us have at the moment. Moving on with another very, very popular shoe, the Asics Novablast version 5, set me back £135, 41.5mm stack at the back of the shoe with an 8mm drop overall, just over 300 grams for me in my UK size 11.5, which is what I usually get in Asics, so true to size for me in my Asics shoes. Midsole wise, we've got Asics' FF Blast Max here. And what I really liked about this shoe, really good value, really good durability, and really good versatility as well. Again, what you want in that daily shoe. It handles all sorts of different distances and paces pretty well. Probably not as fast as the EVO SL, but it'll be a lot better over the course of a long run because of that extra stability and a little bit of extra stack height. Secondly, just really good for all different types of runners. Probably find myself recommending this shoe more than any others. It's a very safe bet. And then thirdly, just very comfortable here. Lots of soft padding, lots of soft squishy foam underneath for a really nice bouncy ride. In terms of dislikes, the grip on this one really isn't the best. They do actually offer an all-terrain version as well, which can be particularly good in the winter. It is quite hard to find that one, but if you can, it's a really good option for winter running. But in summary, a shoe that really just ticks so many boxes. Very dependable, very suitable for lots of different types of people, and a shoe that I'll continue to recommend. With Novablast version 6 on the horizon for early 2026, there could well be some deals on this one soon, so it's well worth checking out. Next up, let's have a chat about the tempo and speed shoes. These are shoes which tend to have some kind of assistance in the form of some super foams or some plates to propel you forward a little bit more. So where you're running your intervals, your tempos, or your races where you still want to run very fast but also prioritize comfort as well. Let me know down in the comments, what have you been running your speed sessions in? My first recommendation here, the Nike Zoom Fly 6, which has just been a massive shoe this year. Set me back £155, really good value. Stack height at the back, 42mm with an 8mm drop overall. A little bit on the heavy side, 322 grams. Midsole wise, we've got a layer of Nike's Zoom X midsole here, then a carbon fiber fly plate or a carbon fiber plate in the shoe, and then underneath that, the more durable SR02 foam, just for a little bit of extra stability. Sizing was all good here for me and true to size. And what I really like about this one, it's very comfortable for a long amount of time. A really good long run shoe. I've used this for plenty of long runs and sessions as well. Never had any issues with any blisters or hot spots or anything like that. Just super comfortable. It's fast and it's fun to run in. Really nice rocker at the front of the shoe. The plate in the shoe isn't too stiff at all. Feels soft and it feels bouncy as well. Very hard wearing outsole, good grip. It's also been very durable for me. A layer of that more hard wearing, slightly firmer foam underneath the plate to add to that durability and stability. It's been my go-to shoe when I've got a workout to do in bad weather this year. And then fourthly, really good value here. Good price point for a very high-tech shoe. It's going to make a really good racing option for anyone that doesn't want to spend too much on those flagship carbon races. In terms of dislikes, not going to be a great shoe for heel strikers out there. Minimal stability at the back of the shoe just because of how the geometry of the shoe is. Secondly, this is very much a running shoe only. Walking around in the shoe is really not very comfortable, but as soon as you're running, it's very comfortable. And then thirdly, really not the most pleasing to the eye, but running wise, it's amazing. So does that really matter? But in summary, it's a shoe I find myself recommending time and time again for anyone looking to build out their rotation and include some faster shoes, or anyone wanting to try a carbon plated shoe for the first time. A huge range of different types of runners. I'm going to be very happy in the Zoom Fly 6. Next up, we have Hoka's offering quite a bit more expensive here, the Hoka Rocket X version 3. This shoe cost me £220, 40mm stack height with a 7mm drop overall. Nice and lightweight here though, 241 grams. Midsole wise, we've got Hoka's dual density Puma midsole with a winged carbon plate through the shoe, and the sizing was all good at true to size for me. My first like with this one, it has a very smooth and stable ride. A really good option for anyone that might usually be running in a stability shoe in their regular training, but then wants a race shoe to offer a good amount of stability. Just so nice covering the ground in this one. It's fast and it's light, much lighter than the Nike Zoom Fly we've just mentioned, but this one really is a little bit more on the race shoe end of things without a doubt. Also suitable for lots of different types of runners, all different types of strikers as well, all abilities. A good marathon shoe, really the marathon shoe I'd recommend for anyone in that 3.5, 4.5, up to sort of 5 hours. The geometry isn't super aggressive, it's comfortable, but also fast. When you're standing on the start line, you know you're going to have a really good quality shoe underneath with you. In terms of dislikes, unfortunately, it's just a little bit expensive, especially when you compare it to that Zoom 5 version 6. But as I said, it's a little bit more of a race shoe, probably a little bit faster than Nike's offering here, so it's going to do a little bit better in those workouts. In summary, a really underrated shoe in my opinion. It bridges the gap between the tempo shoes and those full-on carbon race shoes. A really good option for anyone running between 3 and 5 hours for the marathon. Definitely one to have a look at. Next up is the race day category. Super shoes full of all the tech, the high-end foams, carbon plates to give you the very best chance of getting a PB on race day. I've got 3 shoes that I particularly enjoyed running in this year, but let me know what you've been doing your races in. Do you have a dedicated carbon shoe? Let me know down in the comments. The shoe I had in at the start of the year, the Adidas Adios Pro 4, set me back £220. 39mm stack at the back of the shoe and a 6mm drop overall. Lovely and lightweight here, 237 grams. We have Adidas's Light Strike Pro midsole and some carbon energy rods 2.0 running through the shoe as well. The sizing wasn't quite right for me. Either say go true to size or go half a size up. It just ran a little bit small. In terms of what I really liked about the Pro 4, it's very comfortable for a race day shoe. The upper gives a really nice and secure fit. Had absolutely no issues with any overheating, any blisters or hot spots or anything like that. Pretty good value in this segment as well. It's definitely priced cheaper than a lot of the competitors in this segment. Really fantastic grip on the bottom of the shoe. You've got continental rubber with that light traction rubber as well, working really well. And it's super lightweight, and most importantly in this section, it's a very fast shoe as well. Lovely smooth rocker. You really start to cover the ground quite fast in this one. The foam is bouncy and also energetic. Good for all different types of distances, from 5Ks all the way up to the marathon. In terms of what I didn't like about the shoe, again, not super good for heel strikers here and heavier runners. The foam is definitely on the softer side and a little bit unstable towards the back of the shoe. Wider footed runners, again, might struggle with the fit here, but definitely go half a size up. And the laces in this one are particularly poor. But in summary, a fantastic race day companion for anyone doing their training in the regular EVO SL. A really good value race day shoe used by many of the top runners around the world. Next up, a shoe that I've been doing most of my racing in this year, the Asics Metaspeed Tokyo Edge version, set me back £240, 39.5mm stack at the back of the shoe with a 5mm drop overall. Weight-wise, incredible what Asics have done here, under 200 grams from me at 191 grams in my 11.5, which is what I usually get in Asics, and it was all good here. Midsole-wise, we've got their FF Leap and FF Turbo Plus foams, and a carbon plate running through the shoe. In terms of what I really liked about this one, yes, it's super lightweight. You really feel that lightweightedness, if that's the word. It's just absolutely wild in my size to get a shoe under 200 grams. It's so responsive and so fast as well. I've used it for most of my speed sessions throughout the year. It's also surprisingly comfortable. I've done a lot of my recent long run sessions in the shoe and just had absolutely no issues in the shoe at all. Very comfortable from start to finish. It really just does feel like the fastest shoe I've got on offer to me at the moment. In terms of what hasn't been so good with this one, the tongue does slide down a little bit, but it hasn't caused me any issues. Unfortunately, a little bit on the expensive side, but yeah, £240 is kind of what you've got to pay for some of these shoes these days, but definitely not as expensive as something like the Vaporflies at £285, Saucony Endorphins Elites at £280, the On Cloud Boom Strike at £260, or New Balance's Supercomp Elite, which I bought quite recently at £260, and it's just a little bit confusing with the offering between the Edge and the Sky as well. Made for slightly different types of runners. If you're not sure which one's right for you, I've got a dedicated video about that. We'll link to it up here and down below to making sure you're choosing the right shoe. But unfortunately, it does put a lot of people off because they don't want to make a mistake. But if you get that right, you're going to have a fantastic shoe underneath you. From my anecdotal evidence, just chatting to people, getting the vibe on the street, most people seem to be going towards the Edge this year. Let me know, what did you choose if you were choosing between the Edge and the Sky? But yeah, it's been my favourite race day shoe of the year without a doubt. Can't see anything topping it for a while, but bring on 2026 and let's see what's going to happen. Moving on to a shoe that went a little bit under the radar this year, which is crazy as it's the Nike Vaporfly version 4. Set me back £240. Stack height 35mm with a 6mm drop overall. Weight-wise 210 grams. Midsole, we've got the full-length carbon fibre fly plate from Nike, surrounded by their lovely Zoom X foam. In terms of what I liked about this one, it's unbelievably light as well. Not quite as light as the Asics version, but your feet really do just disappear underneath you as you run along. An amazing upper with this one. It's so breathable, getting a brilliant amount of airflow into the shoe, keeping your feet nice and cool as you're running super fast. And yeah, very fast shoe without a doubt. Bit more of a natural, more old school feel with this one due to the slightly lower stack height on offer here, but with the way the plate is positioned in the shoe, just makes you really want to run fast. For me, if I was doing a 5k or 10k tomorrow, I think this is the shoe I'd be using, because at those faster paces, those all-out paces, those 5k and 10k paces, this shoe really does feel supremely fast. In terms of dislikes, heel strikers, again, might struggle with this one a little bit due to that instability at the back of the shoe. And there's also not much protection at the back of the shoe outsole-wise as well. It's a little bit snug through the midfoot and really no longer sort of a marathon shoe. Nike are now trying to differentiate between the Vapor and the Vaporfly. I did wear this over London Marathon this year. I was absolutely shattered during the race, so I can't blame the shoe on my not very good performance. But yeah, I really wouldn't want to take it out again over the marathon distance. So 5Ks and 10Ks, this is what I'll be going for, but half marathon, absolute max with this one. But in summary, really one of the very best shoes out there on offer for that shorter distance racing. Next up, let's have a chat about long run shoes. They're slightly more durable than your classic daily shoe and tend to have a little bit more stack in them as well to soak up all of those miles. Do you have a specific long run shoe? Let me know down in the comments. Right, let's get stuck into the first one. One of my favorite shoes of all time, the Asics Superblast version 2. This shoe, well, actually lots of versions of this shoe because I've had quite a few in my training, set me back £200 every time I bought one. 45mm stack at the back of the shoe with an 8mm drop overall. Weight wise, really nice and light here, 288 grams. Midsole wise, we've got Asics FF Turbo Plus mostly, and also a layer of the FF Blast Eco midsole, and there's no plate in the shoe. Sizing, again, all good for me in terms of Asics, 11.5, the same I get in all of my Asics shoes. In terms of likes here, it's super lightweight, especially given the size and volume and the amount of cushion that this shoe is offering. Lots of foam underneath your feet, really perfect for those longer runs. You just don't feel like you've got a big brick on the end of your foot at all because it's so lightweight, and it just turns over really quite nicely as well. It's really versatile. It handles those slower paces as well as those fast paces. I could do a session in the shoe, I could do a race in the shoe, you could do anything you want to in this shoe. And it's also a pretty durable option as well. It lasts for absolutely ages to kind of offset that slightly higher price. In terms of dislikes, yes, it's a little bit on the expensive side, but in terms of pounds per mile, it's really not too bad. And it's a little bit on the firmer side, which isn't going to suit everybody. But in summary, an absolutely amazing shoe. I've sat here endless hours chatting about how good this shoe is. It's going to be really interesting to see how Asics are going to change this one up for version 3 at some point next year, probably around the springtime. I've probably ran about 2,000 Ks in Superblast this year. It really is my go-to shoe when I'm not testing out some new product. And if I was traveling, it's the shoe I would take in that sort of one shoe rotation as well. It really is the shoe on the list to truly do it all. Next up, we have Asics Megablast, a fantastic shoe that was launched towards the end of the year. Set me back £210. Stack height 45mm with an 8mm drop overall. Weight wise 275 grams. We've got the Asics FF Turbo Squared Foam and a small strip of the FF Blast Eco Plus for some extra durability, and there's no plate in the shoe. Sizing wise, again, all good, 11.5, the same size I choose in all of Asics' shoes. Alright, let's have a chat about the likes. The first one being, is it super lightweight? It's fun and it's bouncy and it's super smooth as well, suitable for all different types of strikers. A very soft feeling, the soft version of the Superblast basically. It's also very, very versatile as well. The type of shoe that you could be doing some reps in and also go out for an easy jog in. You could go for a race in it, comfortable for those long runs as well, and a good amount of foam underneath to soak up those 2, 3, 4+ hour runs. In terms of dislikes, stability concerns a little bit due to the soft nature of the foam on offer here and the high stack height as well. So so you need to keep your wits about you a little bit as you're running along. Slightly, very slightly on the narrow side, slightly narrower than the Superblast, and the price, £210 for really kind of a daily long run shoe, is just absolutely crazy. But unfortunately, it's a fantastic shoe, so it has to make it on to this list. A real shoe that excels in all different types of runs and workouts. So great for anyone training for a marathon or half marathon and has those faster paces to hit over the course of the long run. To me, it's the racing version of the Superblast, just slightly lighter, bouncier and faster. If you tried the Superblast and found it a little bit too firm, then try this one. Or if you're the type of person that wants to do some racing but doesn't want to be racing in a plated shoe, then this has to be the best option out there for a non-plated race day shoe as well. Just unfortunately a little bit on the expensive side. Next up, let's have a chat about recovery. We're going through the softest, the squishiest shoes on the market, the ones with the big stack heights, made of all that plush foam to soak up the impact and protect your legs from the ground. Great for those easy miles and those recovery jogs as well. The first one being New Balance's More version 6. Price-wise set me back £150, 44mm stack height with a 4mm drop overall, 361 grams. Yes, these shoes are going to be a little bit on the heavier side. Midsole wise, we've got New Balance's Fresh Foam X, and there's no plate in the shoe. Sizing all good, again here true to size for me. In terms of what I liked about this one, good stability for this type of shoe. So many of these shoes can be very unstable given how soft they are. I didn't have a fear of rolling my ankle running along in this one. It's got a very nice wide platform on offer here, supportive heel counter, just makes you feel nice and secure. Very comfortable shoe as well, so much soft padding. Since these shoes aren't built for speed, it means manufacturers don't have to prioritize keeping the weight down on this one, so they go all out on comfort, and New Balance have really delivered here. Also a great shoe for anyone on their feet all day, people in retail, healthcare, anyone commuting, a really good travel and casual shoe option as well. Just very comfortable, very soft, looks after your legs really well. In terms of what I didn't like with this one, it just kind of goes with the territory of these type of shoes. Yes, it's on the heavy side. You really can't pick up the pace that much with this one, but really that's not what these shoes are designed for. But in summary, a very good shoe for logging those easy miles, a very safe bet. I find myself recommending this shoe quite often as well. I've often used this as my second run of the day type shoe when I'm just going out for some nice recovery miles. But next up in this category is an absolutely wild shoe, one of the most craziest shoes I've ever seen, if not the most craziest shoe that was launched by Nike earlier this year, and that's the Nike Vomero Premium. So this absolutely wild shoe set me back £210, stack height at the back of the shoe, 55.5mm, absolutely bonkers, with a 10mm drop overall. Weight wise, 439 grams. Again, these things are all just crazy for people in the running shoe world. Midsole wise, we've got dual air zoom units, one at the front of the shoe and one at the back of the shoe, a load of Zoom X foam, crazy amounts of Zoom X foam, and no plate. And this shoe was true to size for me. In terms of what I liked about this one, just the amount of unreal bounce on offer here. It feels like you're running with an actual spring underneath your feet. Surprisingly stable given the ridiculous stack height on offer. The air zoom units are really helping with this stability as well. It's so soft, so pillow-like with the ride here. Absolutely zero ground feel as you run along. Just fantastically comfortable with so much padding in the shoe as well. And then thirdly, it's just an absolutely crazy, wacky shoe, quite frankly. It's nice to see Nike innovating again and pushing the boundaries of what's possible. In terms of dislikes, yes, the price is absolutely crazy. It's very heavy, it's very chunky, the heaviest shoe that I've ever tested. But for the amount of response you're getting out of this shoe, you really don't feel that amount of weight. You can't look at this one and think I'm running with nearly a kilo on the end of my feet over the course of the two shoes, because it responds so much as you run along, so you don't feel that weight. And my third dislike, very little versatility with this one. Personally, wouldn't want to be picking up the pace too much here. It really is that sort of jogging shoe only. In summary, definitely a bit of a Marmite shoe, but for people that want that softest, most bounciest, most squishiest shoe, this one really has it. Right, let's move on to the most disappointing, starting out with the Asics Sonicblast, which was really quite expensive for what turns out to be a pretty niche shoe as well. Designed for those speed workouts and some races as well, with a Pebax plate. Many runners hoped it would be the plated version of Asics' all-hero Novablast, but ultimately it was just had a very firm ride, Very sort of aggressive rocker at the front of the shoe as well. Really clunky at any sort of slower places. It was okay as you picked up the pace a little bit, but for me, I couldn't wait to get it off my feet and it never got used again. A really odd one for Asics that released some amazing shoes this year, but this one just really didn't work for me. Next up was a Max Stack shoe that Brooks launched towards the end of the year, the Glycerin Max version 2. Personally loved version 1 of this shoe, but version 2 was very heavy for me at nearly 400 grams again. Particularly firm ride with very little in the way of responsiveness or poppiness to overcome that weight. It was really quite expensive at £180 in what turned out for me to just be a jogging shoe only. If you're a fan of version 1, then I really recommend going and getting that one again. It's a really good solid shoe, but this one I really think is one to avoid. And then finally, in terms of my most disappointing shoe of the year, it has to go to the Nike Pegasus Premium. At the time I reviewed this shoe, it was the heaviest shoe I've ever reviewed. That's been now surpassed by a few other ones, but it was so heavy, so chunky, and so clunky to run in. Probably the most uncomfortable sort of shoe I've ever ran in. So stiff, and particularly narrow through the midfoot as well. Not that stable, and £190, very expensive as well. Really was just a fashion shoe in my opinion. I love Nike in what they're doing in pushing the boundaries with shoes, but this one is definitely one to avoid. It looks cool, but if you want that Max Stack running shoe from Nike, definitely the Vomero Premium is the one to go for. Definitely avoid the Pegasus. Right, to sum up the video, the best shoe I think this year has to go, it just has to go to the EVO SL or even the ATR version from Adidas. The price and the value that are on offer here are head and shoulders above everything else. Running shoes really should be about fun, bringing a smile to your face, and this one gives that to you in bucket loads. The ATR version has been great over the wintry roads as well, but the regular version, if they just improve those laces, I think it would be a perfect shoe. I've no hesitation. The Adidas ATR is my shoe of the year. So that's it, guys. I've loved bringing you these videos this year. Can't wait to do it all again in 2026 with loads more running shoes to review and bring you those honest, impartial, unsponsored, ungifted reviews as we always will. Let me know your favourites down in the comments. Go and check out our Black Friday offer as well. Keep on working hard. Keep it done. I'll see you very soon in the next one.